Hello, everyone. This is Shannon. We are back with the Honor Adventures podcast, episode 203. This episode is a replay of an episode that we did last year around the holiday season. It's reclaiming your power during the holidays. We heard a lot of great feedback about it, and we actually listened to it recently just kind of as a refresher for us. We find it super helpful. We hope that you'll listen to it, and if you missed it last year or if you need a refresher, we think that if you are someone who is struggling with the idea of not being able to have the holiday season you want, it's a really great exercise to reclaim your power this holiday season. Make the holiday season exactly what you want it to be, setting boundaries, etc. So hope that you are doing well and stay tuned for the episode. Enjoy. Well, we are kind of on the brink of the holiday season.
Yep.
And when this drops, we will be just a little bit ahead of Thanksgiving. And this is the time of year where some people just, oh my gosh, they have automatic joy. Joy is just in their blood when it comes to the holiday season.
Well, that's right. But for many, though, it's a really stressful kind of time. There's just a lot going on. It really disrupts routines. It's tough for a lot of people.
It's, people struggle with the financial aspect of it.
Yeah, and there's a poll that says that 89% of people stress the holidays, not having enough money, loss of loved ones, and the dreaded family conflict.
Yeah, some people feel like pressure to conform. They feel like they have obligations that they have to do. And, a few years ago, we changed that with ourselves, right?
We did. Yeah. We made up a lot of provisions. We've set up a lot of boundaries for ourselves.
Yeah.
And we were intentional with that. And I think this is good for people to do.
Right. We thought what we would do is talk about how to reclaim your power this holiday season.
Yep.
Because you got to remember, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. You always have the power to change a no if you want to, but you never have the power to change a yes. Or it's harder to change a yes.
Right.
So if you say yes to things all the time, it's harder to back out of that. So if you say no, hey, don't count on me, don't expect me, then it's easier the last minute to go, yeah, I think I'll go to that.
Yeah.
But a lot of the things about the holidays, a lot of people say is that they have that sense of dread because they have so many things they have to do.
Right.
And we're here to tell you that you don't, but it's easier said than done. So we thought we would go through ways that you can make your holiday season your own.
So we came up with a few steps on just how you could reclaim your power on the holidays.
Yep, having the holiday season that you want.
You want, yeah.
Well, we're going to go through a few steps. The first step here that you're going to want to do is identify your holiday have-tos. The things that, uncovering the things that you must do, things that may drain your energy rather than bring you joy. So as you do this, you're going to start fleshing out the thing you think that these are have-tos, but they might not be. So this exercise of how to identify the have-tos is really going to help you. So why don't you talk about the first thing that you do under this chair?
Okay. Well, the first one we came up with was to list the usual suspects. Write down the things you typically do during the holidays. They can be big things. They can be small things, shopping, decorating, cooking big meals, attending big gatherings, card writing, gift wrapping, baking cookies, decorating the house. The goal is to lay it out without judging if you should or shouldn't enjoy each item. Just capture everything you tend to do.
Right.
And work from there.
Right. So the second thing after you make this list that you're going to do is notice your gut reaction.
Yep.
So for each item on the list, what is your first reaction? Like Jerry said, you list out, well, I got to decorate the house. Well, I have to cook these cookies. Well, I have to make sure I do this at the community center. All the things that you normally do. What is your gut reaction when you see them? Do you feel energized about them? Are you tired just thinking about it? Do you have a sense of obligation or dread? So if you're only doing certain things because you're supposed to, like hosting, or you think that people are just waiting for you to do it, it's a big clue here that it's a have to item. Now, we're going to get into that. It still doesn't mean you have to, but we're going to sort of get into what are the things that you're supposed to do, the things that you are obligated, you have to do. Like, just get the list going. It's like with any issue or problem you have in life, sometimes it's just listing everything out. And then you can identify what can come out, what are the priorities, just like a to-do list for your day.
Yeah.
But you're just going to list everything for the holidays and then notice what your gut reaction is. And listen, this could be beside, baking cookies, it could be a smiley face. Beside hosting an event, it could be a frown face. That's all you need to do right now is just identify them.
Yeah, that's right, y'all. Another one, number 3, is to reflect on where it comes from. Are there certain expectations from family, friends, or even yourself?
Yeah, the pressure that you might put on yourself thinking you have to do this.
Yeah. Maybe you attend a certain holiday party every year. Well, it doesn't have to be every year, but it's more of a family tradition than a genuine excitement. Well, give it some reconsideration. Maybe you go all out decorating because it's how your folks did it. Another thing that involves tradition. But if it doesn't spark joy, then you got to reconsider. Are you feeling overwhelmed by all the stuff piling up in your life? We've got something just for you. It's the Arner Ventures Declutter 365.
Declutter 365 is our easy-to-follow guide designed to help you clear out the clutter from every corner of your life. Whether it's the pile of stuff in your home, the endless digital files on your devices, or even the mental load that keeps you up at night, we've got you covered.
Every day, you tackle a simple task that helps you chip away at the clutter. And the best part? You can start anytime. There's no need to wait for the new year or a Monday. You can dive in whenever you're ready.
Over the span of a year, we'll tackle physical, mental, and digital clutter. Imagine having a more organized home, a cleaner inbox, and a calmer mind, all without feeling overwhelmed. It's all about taking small, manageable steps that add to big changes.
Join us on this journey to a simpler, more mindful life. Head over to arnerventures.com/shop.
Let's make space for what truly matters. And now let's get back to the show. That's right. I will use the example that my mom is heavily into decorating, has always been heavily into decorating. When we first got married, I still did the same thing, having a Christmas tree in every room. We had a Christmas party every year. It became where that was a lot of dread because it was a lot. And this is even before our lifestyle change of downsizing. It was very stressful. It was stressful to decorate. It was stressful to have the party every year. We've talked about that party on other episodes, but where did it come from? Well, it came from tradition. Like I felt like I needed to carry that on. And I then realized I didn't have to do that. So the fourth thing here is you have your list. You've decided, if it brings you joy, if it brings you dread, where does it come from? And now you're deciding, is it essential or optional? So for each of the items on your list, ask yourself, if I didn't do this, would it impact my happiness or enjoyment of the holiday season? So this can help separate the significant traditions from those that have become purely routine. So you can label things in this list now as an E, essential, O for optional, whatever you want to do. This will give you a clearer sense of what you might want to prioritize versus what can be gently retired or ignored.
Right. These are so good. Good,
Yeah, Jer. We did this. It's just like listing it out. I sort of listed out the steps, and this is what we did. But it is good.
And I haven't read them in a year, so
Right.
Hey, number 5. Moving right along. Imagine letting it go and see how it feels. Imagine skipping or simplifying each have-to item. Does it feel like a relief or does it bring up guilt? That's another thing we're dealing with here is guilt. If you feel relieved, it's probably a sign that activity doesn't need to be there.
Oh my gosh, right? There's no greater feeling than canceled plans.
Right. On the flip side, if you feel a pang of guilt but don't want to do it, there's a chance to reframe it or approach it differently. For instance, hosting could be simplified with a potluck, or decorating could be scaled down to just a favorite room.
That's right. Our decorating has definitely been scaled down. We have a little mini tree. We have some lights. And maybe a cut like the nutcracker your mom had that gave you. But, that's kind of it. And we actually enjoy the holiday season a lot more.
I think so. Yeah. It's, we get down to the more meaningful things, I think. And not all the hustle bustle.
So now the next section of what you want to do by reclaiming your power this holiday season is shifting to a want to mindset.
Yep.
So we have some steps underneath this of how to shift and reframe your holiday activities to focus on what is bringing you joy, not what just you feel obligated to do. Now, listen, in all of this, we understand it is more difficult to tell family and friends when you've done something every year that you're just not going to do it this year. But we'll talk about how to do that in a little bit. Mm-hmm. But here is what you can do to make the change, reclaim your power this holiday season. Uh-huh. So the first thing you're going to want to do is start with your want to list. So while we made a list of all the things that you feel like you have to do, now separate it, make a list of all the things that genuinely excite you about the holidays. It could be things as simple as listening to holiday music. You get excited because now you can watch Hallmark starting Halloween through December 31st. Right. Those situations where you can gather with close friends for a low-key evening. Get specific. Focus on what brings you joy. It helps to clarify what you actually look forward to so you can prioritize it.
That's right. Number 2, reframe have-to activities as opportunities, or let them go. For the items that are necessary or unavoidable, like certain family gatherings, reframe them as want-to opportunities. For instance, instead of thinking, I have to go to this family dinner, reframe it as, I want to see my family and can make it enjoyable by staying for a limited time.
That's right. Yeah. I will tell you, we no longer go to family gatherings if it was not a situation where we wanted to see that family, right?
Yeah.
If I want to see a certain family member or certain parts of my family or certain people, then I'm going to make sure I set aside the time to do it.
Yeah.
If you are dreading going to see your family, don't do it. Just say, hey, after the new year, I'm going to come see you. But right now, if you cannot say, I want to see my family, then just skip over this. You're not going to do it. Okay.
Yeah.
We're giving you the permission right now. You don't have to do it.
Yeah. Give yourself permission. Let go of the have-to items that don't align with your values or goals. Maybe this year, skip the cards. Opt out of gift exchanges. We've done that a little bit in the past.
Yeah, a lot in the past.
Yeah. Decide not to over-decorate or try a simple and minimal Christmas decor approach.
And by the way, we do have in the show notes a way that you can do that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All
right. So number 3, infuse want-to elements into traditional obligations. That's right. How do you do that? Look for ways to add a want-to element and to a have-to task. For example, gifting. Let's say, you have family that does this, where there's a lot of gifting. Instead of feeling pressured to buy gifts for everyone, maybe you focus on meaningful gifts for just a few people, or give an experiential gift. Maybe it's, hey guys, I think this year, instead of buying gifts, let's all get together at this place. Yeah. Or, create a plan. We also have in the show notes minimalist gift ideas. Mm-hmm. These are really great. Some of them are, you don't even have to spend money. It's just a great way to change things up. And you don't have a sense of, oh my God, I have to spend all of this money. If it's decorating, full on decorating is a chore, simplify it. Have just a few areas in your home or, 1 or 2 things. Create a cozy vibe without all the hassle. We tend to have, like in our house, we talked about this mini tree that we have.
Yeah.
I feel like when we have the mini tree and we light candles around the house, we watch Hallmark, it makes for such a cozier environment.
Yes. Yes.
You don't have to have the Hallmark Christmas vibe where there's a wreath on every blank space on your wall.
Yeah.
Watch it on TV. Don't actually do it.
Right.
And then the third thing under this is, if you're hosting, a way to downsize this or downscale it is, rather than a big formal meal, like Jerry said, have a cozy potluck, or, hey, everybody bring their favorite dish. Have something that's more authentic and less stressful.
Yeah. And say bye-bye to obligations.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye obligations.
Bye-bye. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
That's right. If there's anything we know it's a struggle, it's the need to create and stick to boundaries.
Yes.
We've both had our problems there.
Mm-hmm.
There really is no time like the present to make your boundaries known. start with yourself. What boundaries do you need to set up to be your best self? And tell the people in your life what they are.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So when you're creating this list of the things that have to, you want to, all of these things, it's going to be a lot of setting up boundaries.
Yeah.
What are your non-negotiables?
Right.
Working on knowing exactly what lines are not to be crossed is the biggest step in setting up your boundaries.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
how can you handle something where there's a certain family member that's expecting you to do these certain events? Well, hey, Aunt Sally, I don't have the mental capacity to handle Thanksgiving. You don't have to make it about her. But, if everybody gets together at Aunt Sally's house, you can just tell her, hey, Aunt Sally, it's a lot for me to get together at your house with everybody. I have set up a boundary for myself that I'm no longer going to attend events that cause me stress and that don't bring me joy.
Yeah.
But hey, it's nothing against you. It's just a lot for me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to swing by later to see you, or maybe we can go out and grab a meal.
That's right.
Aunt Sally's going to understand that. If she doesn't, maybe you should just consider your relationship with Aunt Sally.
Right.
What is Aunt Sally's intentions? If she can't respect your mental capacity or your ability or inability to be able to handle certain family situations, that's her issue.
That is.
Yeah. Setting boundaries is essential when you're reclaiming your power.
Yeah. Make a list of your favorite traditions or the new ones. Reflect on favorites is number one. Think back on past holiday memories and list the traditions that truly felt special. Rank the top few to focus on first and consider letting go of any that feel more like chores.
That's right. We've been sort of saying that all along, but this is a time where you actually make your list. Thinking about all of these things can sort of be overwhelming and sort of is like a circle of thoughts in your head. That's why we keep talking about making this list or these lists. When you write things out and you're looking at it, you can assess a problem a lot more. And listen, this can be, a whiteboard. If you have a dry erase board, writing all these lists. It can be, Jerry and I have these giant Post-it things that we do like our budgeting on and things where you can look at it. So make those lists. So when you are making this list of favorite traditions or new ones that you want, it may be a lot easier to rank them.
Yeah.
The second thing underneath this is reimagine traditions. So adjust old traditions to fit current lifestyles. For example, if a big dinner is overwhelming, simplify it to a cozy brunch or dessert night. Little tweaks keep it enjoyable without all the stress.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm thinking about, when I have family that is divorced, right? My mom and dad are divorced. So we have separate Christmases. It used to be so much, but what we decided, and it's all for my dad, it's at my sister's house. So what we did and we decided to do a few years ago is, first of all, don't do it on the day of the holiday. But what we do now is we get takeout from an Italian restaurant.
Yeah.
And we bring it to my sister's house. Everybody sort of chips in. We usually bring some cookies that we make.
Yeah.
And my sister handles picking up the food. My dad pays for it. But that is so much less stressful than when we all used to get together and cook and it was fitting it in on Christmas and all of these things. It's just reimagine the traditions that you have.
Yeah, that's right. Number 3, start fresh traditions. I like that. Brainstorm new traditions like a holiday movie night or quiet weekend getaway.
Remember last year when we did our Thanksgiving away?
Yeah.
Me, you, and Betty.
Yeah.
And we got the tiny cabin at the mountains.
Yes.
And it was so great.
It was nice.
It is something that I am so thankful for that we did, especially with Betty.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, it just made us realize, getting together with family doesn't have to be the priority on certain days. So we also decided that since we get together with all these family members and see them around Christmas, then we weren't going to do both things.
Right.
Why is it that we all get together on Thanksgiving and then a month later we're all rushing to do it again? It's sort of weird when you think about it.
It kind of is. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah. Practice gratitude. See if you can reflect on what truly matters. being thankful doesn't have to start in November.
Right. You can do it year round.
Mm-hmm.
A few years ago, we also started the tradition of driving to see Christmas lights on Harker's Island.
Yep.
And it's now something that we love to do. By the way, we either do it before the holidays or we have done it after the holidays, like on the 26th or the 27th to sort of extend our holidays a bit.
That's right.
And it's always been really nice.
Yeah. Number 4 is add a personal tradition. That's pretty neat. I think we've come up with a few. We've definitely come up with a few of those. Include at least one tradition just for you, like enjoying a favorite holiday drink, a yoga session on the beach, or a peaceful morning walk. Solo traditions add a layer of personal joy to the season. Great way of honoring how important your personal space is just for you.
That's right. There's really nothing more impactful for your mental health and for your just own self-care practices as putting yourself first when you're reclaiming your power.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's not selfish. You really have to fill your cup. You have to.
Yeah.
And if it's, I think while Jerry and I love to do things together, I do this year round about my morning walks. I love my morning walk of having that time for myself and being able to have that daily tradition, but you can make it where you're just getting by yourself. Like Jerry said, a yoga session on the beach or whatever it is for you, just set a personal tradition just for you.
Yeah. Yeah. And, your mental health matters. The holidays can be difficult for many. Remember to control the things you can control. Your mental health is essential and should not be a bargaining chip at the holidays. It's important that we care for ourselves as much as we do for others.
Remember, you hold the power to make this holiday season whatever you want it to be. And I just think the first step in all of this, all these steps, all the lists we talked about, really is putting your mental health first.
That's right.
Especially if you're someone, when Jerry and I owned our own business, we could not do holidays because the holiday season is when we were our busiest.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And I remember before we set the boundaries, we were not going to do it. On these days, we were working, going to see all these clients and fitting in all of the stops.
Right.
And I remember dreading the holidays.
Yes.
And finally, we decided we were just going to tell our family, I'm sorry, we cannot do the holidays. We will get together after January 1st, and then we will have holidays.
Yeah.
And that's what we did.
That's what we did. Yeah.
And guess what? No one disowned us. No one was like, I cannot believe you're doing this to us.
Yeah.
And if anybody made a comment, I remember when my grandma was alive at the time, her being like sad that we weren't going to get together.
Yeah.
But once I told her, Grandma, we are exhausted at the end of the day. And it's not really good for our health. She sort of began understanding.
Yeah.
And once she knew she was still going to see us and we were still going to do some traditions the same, it was fine.
Yeah.
I used to get together with her and my aunt, like, before the holidays and make peanut brittle.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
It was, as long as I kept some traditions, she was fine.
Yeah.
And people will be more understanding than you think they're going to be.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to understand that your lifestyle choices won't fit everybody, and that's okay. It varies from person to person. So you do you, as they say. You do you, and then everything else I think will fall into place.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So even if you don't do all of this, if you can just take away from this episode that it is okay to reclaim your power for the holiday season. It is okay to have whatever holiday season you want. If you only get a day off, if you only get a few hours off, do not feel the pressure to conform and go see everybody in this tour de Christmas or tour de Thanksgiving to fit it all in. You've got to take care of yourself. Do what you need to this holiday season.
That's right. If this episode resonated with you, or if you know of someone who would benefit from what we talked about, please share it with a friend.
It's a great way of supporting the podcast, and we really appreciate it.
Another way of supporting the pod is by leaving us a 5-star review or rating on the platform you're listening to us on.
And go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That also supports us. You can always find us, the show notes, and sponsors who support the podcast at arneradventures.com.
And until next time, enjoy the journey you're on. We're wishing you lots of adventures.
Bye-bye.